Hey guys, it's Shadow Rift, and today we're going to be playing Age of War 2 on mobile. But today we're going to be doing another challenge, as to celebrate the milestone of my first 1,000 viewed video. We're going to be playing, first of all, with Age of Spooky and Party. Going to be playing with Let's Party, of course, because we're doing support only insane. So we're allowed turrets, spells, various other things. And you guys celebrate the milestones. So we're allowed spells, we're allowed pretty much everything. Except for infantry, anti-armor, and armored. Rough translation for those who don't know the classes. The clubman is infantry, the slinger, which I'm using, is support. The dino rider, the one with the big spear, is anti-armor, and the unit we'll later see from the enemy is going to be the dino. It's the assault dino. I guess we aren't going to be seeing it. That's the first. Usually it at least sends a 1. Yeah, by the way, I figured out a way to get my microphone working, so... Also, we're gonna use meteors. Hey, if they get to kill off all my units, I get to kill off theirs. It's only fair. Wow, that isn't good. Okay. Luckily, I can clutch this up. Okay, now we need to get support range and damage, but mainly damage. Because they have a lot more health because I'm playing on the hardest difficulty that's not a general. Which, once you get to know the general, like, you can pretty easily beat them. I think the next thing we're gonna go for is the turret. But first, this kills off pretty much everything. And so, the guard. I've chosen the guard because it's a simple unit and it has a high DPS for its cost. Plus, now that we have a turret, we can actually defend ourselves at the base. Okay, lightning would be a great call, because what it'll do is allow me to get this. Also for Egypt, I'm going to need a little bit of extra cash at the beginning. I've actually never even tried doing this, so I'm not even sure if it's possible. The thing with support is that it is actually the weakest in the early game. However, in the late game, it becomes quite powerful. Because you'll have the range buffs, you'll have the damage, you'll have upgrades. And I'm constantly using lightning because I just need to keep my units alive. When I'm low on cash, I can't defend. There's really not a lot left in the game, because I've already beat every general. I've done all of them with infantry only. I just chose to record Voltonator because that one's quite difficult to beat. For new players, and infantry only actually doesn't require a lot of skill to do. It's more just spam and pray to God that it'll work. Pretty much how you beat the game. Also, now that we've upgraded to the Egyptian Age, we do have a really strong unit on our hands, being the priest, who casts fireballs at quite long range. That's going to be a serious advantage for us, because we can reclaim stolen ground. Also, we can get 2 turrets that are capable of defending us for once. Also, these priests really do need a freaking back massage. The thing with the support is that because it doesn't have any HP increases, it's actually not as powerful as the others. Because in this, with restricting down to one class, you do have to be very careful with what you play. Once we get to the next stage, we get a fairly powerful unit that we're going to be using quite a bit of. The reason why I allow turrets is because this challenge would actually likely be impossible without them. That's not good. If you didn't know, those units right behind the knight do a lot of damage per second. And that ain't good either. Of course, as with the Volternator challenge, we do also allow the God's Wrath. But, as the rules state, I can only use it until the base is destroyed, which is sort of the goal of this, so I can use it freely. That's actually alright, because the future enemies drop a lot of extra cash. That's the thing with fighting futures, it's actually easier than the previous age of military/modern. Even though their units are more powerful, by a lot, like the cyborg has almost the same health as I believe the tank. So like, yeah, they do get pretty strong. But here's the big piece of information. Future units cost double. And with that 30% extra cash you get from the upgrade, you get quite a bit from these guys. Also, just to make this clear, there is a restriction. Because the buttons are so close together and I'm literally playing on a phone, I do have one extra rule that in case I do hit another unit, that I do have to wait for my entire army to be slain. Now that my supports are quite strong, we can now start ripping through some future units. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, there will be blood. Oh, and they also drop a ton more XP. Also, those are comically large birthday hats. So just to re-clarify, the rules are that we can only use support, so the unit I'm spawning in, turrets of any age, the only reason you upgrade to the future now is because cyborgs do deal more damage and have longer range. Now the real fun's about to begin. Also, we can upgrade to get more powerful turrets. And now we no longer need to send out any more units for a short while. Oops. I misclicked, actually. For real, I did. Like, as I said, because we're so close to the challenge, I did break one rule, and that was that I could only send in support and God's Wrath. And I guess which unit I didn't mean to send out. Now basically we just need to push. Now we just need to keep applying as much pressure as we can. Because there's another God's Wrath already out. With an extremely large hat. It deals up from 600 to 1400 damage. And that... And that shall be all. Oh, wait, that's a McDonald's app. Also, I do believe I'm still